There you see it, Sledge versus Larintiz X making his debut here at RCW as part of RCW BreakThrough. This match is brought to you by our friends over at Hybrid School of Wrestling, one of the premier wrestling schools in the state of Texas. And here comes Sledge. Javi, this guy is all power. Look at this. Look at how imposing he is.
Such an intimidating presence from the get-go. And, you know, we've seen some very entertaining matches where the result has been in doubt early in RCW cards lately. Sledge coming out here, wanting to send a message, get this done very quickly, show his strength, show his power, and have these fans cheering for him in a matter of minutes. We'll see if he can get that done tonight.
Fans of Ring of Honor and RCW very familiar with Sledge, and he is all fired up here in the Grand Event Center.
Sledge, all business, wants to get the beating started. Let's go.
To the core, influence never forgotten, witnessing the beauty coming from the place of the rotten.
And here's his competition making his RCW debut, Larintiz X. I had an opportunity to talk to him before the start of the show today. This man is such an interesting athlete. You can tell by his body. He hits the gym very hard, but his offense is very spiritual in the fact that he is actually possessed by 20 different spirits, each of which brings a different arsenal to his weaponry that he brings to the ring.
Certainly a cerebral feel as he makes his way to the ring as well. Sledge, all business, all about power. Larintiz X, though, trying to play some mind games as he comes to the ring, letting his opponent know that this guy is unlike any opponent that Sledge may have faced in the past. And as a result, he might have his work cut out for him.
Sledge showing no fear, but I don't know if he's ever wrestled a person who's been possessed by 20 different spirits. But I have a feeling that Sledge, I mean, if he can get that big clothesline winded up, he might knock a few of those spirits loose.
In my early 80s dating days, before I was handsome Javi and I was just Javi, I felt like I had a few ex-girlfriends that had way more than 20 spirits in their head.
And they could even haunt you to this day.
I want to give a big special shout out to Title Match Network for live streaming this event. For our first match of the evening, to my left, from San Luis Obispo, California, representing the Ring of Honor, introducing the Metalhead Maniac, Sledge. And his opponent to my right, from the spiritual lands, introducing Larintiz X.
Makes you wonder why he brought the second mask to the ring. It seems like he's almost communicating with it.
Again, if it's a smart strategy from Larintiz X, though. If you've got your opponent wondering about your headgear or what's going on inside your head, maybe they lose that concentration and not spending as much time thinking about in-ring strategy.
And just like Carolina said, we want to thank our friends over at Title Match. All you folks watching from around the globe, thousands of fans watching the action and happening right here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm looking at the numbers right now. We got a few extra new viewers from Quebec, Canada. I love our Canadian fans.
Oh, don't you know, eh? We've got a great show for you
What's
tonight.
that wrestling all about? Real feeling out process at the beginnings of this matchup. Larintiz went with the kick. Sledge saw it coming. Beautiful agility there by Larintiz. Oh, but he got caught, Javi.
Sledge almost seeing Larintiz X style as some form of disrespect as he nails him with the buckle bomb, and then the clothesline has Larintiz X wondering which of those voices in his head can bring him some comfort early in this match.
Yeah, he's going to have to conjure the spirit of maybe some sort of Ronin Shogun warrior or something from deep within him if he's going to go toe-to-toe with Sledge here at RCW BreakThrough. And folks, we know that you want to be part of the conversation. Use hashtag RCW BreakThrough on social media. And don't forget to follow RCW on all social media platforms at RCW Forever. All our updates are at rivercitywrestling.net. And Sledge once again gets to work. Sends Larintiz, into another big clothesline.
Pure power coming out and establishing himself early in this match. And Sledge letting Larintiz X know early on that mind games aren't going to work with him.
Just the start of a monumental show here with RCW. Beautiful Beal tossing Larintiz across the ring. In our main event, the NWA World Women's Championship will be defended. Camille taking on Maddie Rinkowski. Also our RCW Heavyweight Championship being defended in a triple threat match. Gino Medina takes on Khan and Mysterious Q. And then 3 different Survivor Series style matchups. Really interesting stuff that you really don't typically see at a lot of other promotions, but we're bringing it to you here on RCW. And Larintiz, he can't really get out of the blocks, man.
Well, I got to say, I've got to give Sledge a lot of credit in this one. Usually this crowd of suckers here at RCW are behind guys like Larintiz X, and right now they're so impressed with the show of power from Sledge that they're egging him on to continue the beating and try to one-up himself with the punishment.
And that'll do it right there with the boot right across the throat. Look at how he's extending his leg, bending the back of the neck over the apron. So much added pressure.
Draining him of whatever powers that he thought he was bringing to the ring with voices in his head and the extra helmet in the corner. Trying to build some offense, and Sledge is just laughing it off.
Oh my goodness! The kick right to the chest. Extra salt on that one for sure. Scoop and a slam by Sledge. Comes off the ropes. Big elbow right to the chest.
We have seen very little in terms of offense from Larintiz X in this one, as the crowd trying to get him to show something, show some signs of life. Sledge determined not to let that happen, though.
He might become his own spirit at the end of this match. Sledge is just going to task on him. What a powerful whip into that top turnbuckle. Almost turning Larintiz inside out.
Landed awkwardly on his back and his head, and Sledge calling for the end of this match.
It makes me wonder if Sledge is really sending a message to Brandon Oliver. I think he's sending a message that he's upset that he's in the first match. He wants to be in the title picture. He wants to go up against guys like Gino Medina for the heavyweight championship.
And again, Sledge somehow has turned this crowd in his favor, really impressing them with this displays of power. Oh, coming right at us.
Wow.
I was worried he was gonna flip over the turnbuckle and under our announce table.
Oh man.
Thank goodness
At this point, the referee is going to be walking a real fine line. He might have to call this match. It might have to be a technical knockout.
Basically on the red, you see him motioning to the medical staff in the back saying, no, I think he
wants to go.
Take a little bit more. Some people in the back might want the ref to call this one.
Finally trying to mount some offense from his knees, but backed right into the corner. Oh, a chop across the chest.
Another massive chop. We can feel that reverberating all around the Grand Event Center here. Sledge still toying with it.
Yeah, I think Sledge is just having a good time at this point. Comes in full head of steam. Back elbow, though, from Larintiz.
Finally, a little bit of offense. Might have rung Sledge's bell.
Larintiz gets the boot up. Finally showing some signs of life in this matchup. Larintiz ducks the clothesline, comes off the ropes, oh, but could not take Sledge off his feet. Ducks the clothesline again. Rising knee, but gets caught. Gets caught.
Uh-oh.
Looking for the sunset flip. And Sledge says, no, sir.
Too much power, too much weight, too much muscle from the big man.
Coming across, oh, Larintiz, he calls that the premonition. His version of the code breaker into the code red. Huge upset. Oh, wow. It only took 2 moves, Javi. It only took 2 moves, the premonition and the code red, and everything shifted for Larintiz X.
And now Sledge is wondering. Sledge might have a few voices in his head wondering where he's at after that display of offense. And finally, Larintiz X might have the match in hand.
Was looking for that jumping knee into the Blue Thunder Bomb.
And that's it, Sledge. Maybe a little look of disappointment that he wasn't even more dominant, but certainly coming out on top. All the power and so impressive to start off RCW BreakThrough tonight.
Might be the best Blue Thunder Bomb in the business. I mean, that was incredible. Just picked him out of the air, slammed him down, gets the 1, 2, 3, and then once again, Sledge with a big victory here in RCW. If you're Brandon Oliver, you have to start considering this man as a potential title contender.
Sledge saying that he's home here in RCW and that this is his house. Hard to argue with him after the way he won that matchup.
Larintiz X with an unsuccessful debut here, but I'm sure that's not the last we'll see of that young man. Sledge standing tall here on title match.
One of those heads is probably telling him to lie down in the back after that.
Maybe, if he's got any left.